Hello and welcome to the Startup Token interview. Today I'm with Jang, and welcome. You're the Chief Strategic Officer of Fantom Foundation, am I
That's
right?
right. Yeah, that's right.
Could you describe Fantom Foundation in a few words? What is your project all about?
Our official tagline is we're the world's first smart contract, we're the world's first DAG-based smart contract platform. So basically, we're a new platform on the blockchain that will be built on the DAG, but will also have smart contract applicability on top of it.
All right. And so you're saying it's a blockchain or is it a DAG? So what's the difference between the two?
That's a good question. Yeah, no, that's so I say blockchain in the general term that is distributed ledger technology, but we're not really a blockchain per se. The DAG architecture is not really our typical understanding of a blockchain. It's a brand new type of architecture for distributed ledger technology. And so yeah, we're not really literally a blockchain.
Okay.
So our motto is beyond blockchain. We think we're the next evolution, part of the next evolution of distributed ledger technology.
Okay, what brought you to this idea of changing changing framework, developing a DAG smart contract platform? What brought you here?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people who are in this space understand that blockchain technology is great for decentralization. It opens up a lot of avenues for transparency, anonymity, efficiencies in business, right, in infrastructure, a lot of different ways. But the inherent flaw of current blockchain technology is the scalability issue, right, and the speed of transaction issue, the cost of transaction issue. So these are problems and issues and challenges that are currently trying to being addressed by the overall community at large. And so we're trying to be one of the solution platforms to address those things in current technologies.
Well, the solutions maybe our viewers know are Hashgraph or maybe IOTA. And so how do you compare yourself to those other platforms? What are your key differences?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, there are some other really good, strong projects out there that are trying to address these same concerns. What we're trying to do is we're trying to address those concerns that the other platforms are also doing, but also add smart contracts on top of that. There aren't not that many projects that are able to do that right now under DAG. But also we're going to add some additional features that other platforms may not have. The first thing is speed of transaction. We're currently aiming to have 300,000 transactions per second, which is faster than other current projects in the market. There may be more projects that are under development. I don't know, but right now, that's what we're trying to achieve. And secondly, we have what's called the story routes. And so basically, what that means is we're able to store information outside of the transaction, the event block. So right now in current blockchain, each transaction block can only have information contained in it that's within that block, within that transaction. Anything outside of that world, we can't really bring the information in. But with us, we'll be able to have that feature as well. So that adds another element to the type of transactions that we can do and the type of data that we can store on this distributed ledger platform.
All right. So if I understand you correctly, you would like to also bring a project to be built on the platform.
That's right.
And you yourself, maybe before we get onto which project you want to see on your platform, what project did you see in the recent years that you think changed the way we interact with each other thanks to the blockchain industry?
Yeah.
Did you see anything that was really exciting in the recent years?
I mean, projects that I've seen personally for myself. Well, I mean, gosh, there's so many projects now that are out there, right? And we're talking about, again, decentralization and what that means for us, right? For everyday people, possibly what does that mean? What does cryptocurrency mean? How does it affect regular people's lives? I think these are all questions that we're all trying to answer as we go along, right? And so when it comes to enterprises and when it comes to making business more efficient, obviously having something that's decentralized like this helps that process because we're literally taking the middleman out. So those type of projects are very, very exciting. Now, have I seen projects that are actual in function now? We haven't seen that many yet, but there's a lot of good proof of concept projects out there that I would love to kind of work with. For us, for Fantom, we started with the food tech industry, And when it comes to food tech, we're also talking about not only the supply chain, but also the rewards program, loyalty program, right? As consumers go to restaurants or whatever that they like. And also ordering and actually paying for it on your phone and then tracking the delivery. All of these things can be decentralized on a distributed ledger platform. But the problem with current blockchain, as I mentioned before, is that you can't really use it to pay for anything. It just takes too long. So those are the limitations that we want to address. So when we do Fantom, those type of transactions, the micropayments, the things that require a lot of throughput, those are the type of projects and industries that we would really like to work with.
So probably also Internet of Things, those kind of issues you want to solve with the DAG. So which project which application would you like to see first on your platform?
Well, I mean,
maybe just for yourself.
Yeah, no. So honestly, I would like to see a project where consumers can use digital currency to actually pay for something in real time. I would love to see that, because I think that would really change the dynamic of what people's understanding of digital assets can be in cryptocurrency, because that now has real life, real impact, for everyday people in everyday situations. Until we see that, I think the masses probably will understand. They will not understand and completely kind of, they won't get the grasp of what this can be, cryptocurrencies can be. Why? Because it doesn't impact their everyday lives. But if I can go to a store, walk into a store, grab an item, use my phone to pay for it with digital currency, whatever token that is, Fantom token or whatever token, right? If I can do that, that's something that makes an impact for me as a regular person, yeah? So that's really exciting. So I want to kind of see that. Projects on the Fantom where everyday citizens can use and their lives are impacted.
You talked just right now about paying with the Fantom token. What is the tokenomics around the Fantom token? Is it a utility token? Is it a security token? Is it something that you use on the platform or something that is more of an incentive? How do you define your token?
Well, it's a utility token, and there are many uses for it actually. We haven't. Obviously, we're just a platform, so when other dApps come onto it, they may have their own token, they may have their own ICO that they're going to use for commerce, for example, right? So whatever happens there is fine. For Fantom, it's a utility token, and yeah, we're going to be using it for incentives, for network participation. We'll be using it as part of like the rewards program that we'll implement, right, for our community and for our users. So those are the type of things that we're going to do. But as I said, when I talk about the commerce element to it, there will be third-party projects that are going to be coming on and creating the commerce environment, right, on the Fantom platform.
So you're trying to also build a community that goes with your platform in the same time.
Yes, definitely. We're completely open source, and for me, the community and the developer community is very, very important. And so, we're going to be as transparent as we can. We're going to be working with the communities and the developers, and the projects, the engineers, all of the people. We want them to really be engaged with us as we continue our development. We've got our R&D right now. We're doing our research. We'll be validating our algorithm very soon. We'll be releasing all of this information to the public. And so we want the public's feedback. We want their engagement. We want, just going back and forth, because this is a community platform. And we really believe that for us, for Fantom to become a success, to become the kind of platform that we envision it to be, we really need the community's involvement with it.
All right, that's great to hear. And what is for you the future of blockchain technology? How do you see it in 5, 6, 10 years? Do you see it everywhere? Do you think it's a gimmick too in some way? People think it can solve everything, but it's really technical stuff that can be applied only to certain subjects. Yeah. What is for you the scope of application to future DLTs?
It's a great question. The next 5, 6 years in blockchain is like literally 20 years in regular time. So we'll see what happens, but I do believe that this technology is here to stay, that we've just scratched the surface of the potential of this. And as technologies get better, as our understanding of it gets better, and as development gets further into it, I think it'll open up more opportunities that we haven't even thought about yet. So, right now we're thinking very simple. Okay, how do I use this to, this digital tokens to pay for something? Or, how do I make inefficiencies in my business more efficient by taking the little guy out? I mean, these are things that are kind of like obvious. But I think, like I said, as the technology evolves and as our understanding of the concepts of this evolve, I think we'll have more opportunities, not only for you and I, but for enterprises as well and for different industries. So I believe in 5, 10 years, it'll have a broader impact in society as a whole. What does that look like? I'm not exactly sure just yet, but that's really what's exciting about this space. We don't know what's going to happen. So I feel really honored and blessed to kind of be part of the industry where we can kind of see it grow. And people like you guys start at StartupToken, as you guys are incubating new projects and come on board. It's really important that we help each other out and kind of foster that innovation for these new technologies, because at the end of the day, that's what's really going to drive how we live our lives every day. And so I believe that distributed ledger technology and the next generation of it will be here to stay, and it will be very, very impactful for life as a whole.
Great. Thank you very much. So that was StartupToken interview, and we'll see you next time.